Hey guys, this is an update on my desert rose, and these are two different plants. So the taller one right here, this is it's supposed to have pink flowers. I have never had this bloom before. And if you've been following the update on this particular plant, as I've mentioned before, all of these right here, when I bought it, were just leaves. This was just filled with leaves. And then I had the mistake of using Miracle-Gro. And yes, I diluted it as much as you can. And it really rotted this plant and all the leaves died. I bought this one as well together with that. And the only old leaf that's left is, I think, this one. I think this one right here, let me just turn it. I think this is new. Again, I also use the exact same thing. I use Miracle-Gro on them, and that's why I don't really recommend Miracle-Gro. I did switch to just supplements and no fertilizer for this one for a few months. I also switched to a different bonsai fertilizer. And now I use a different fertilizer that is really all-purpose. I use that fertilizer for everything, not just bonsai, but I have used it even with my fiddle leaf fig. I've used it with my succulents, orchids, any plant I have, and they're all thriving. I've used a bonsai fertilizer for this, and these were not growing at all. This was growing with just the supplements. That's what caused that. I didn't really see much of a difference with the bonsai fertilizer. I got a little impatient, so I switched it. And I switched it to a different fertilizer where everything is going to be down below if you're curious and interested in what I used. As soon as I switched it to my current fertilizer right now, this has started to grow right here, right there. And these right here are starting to grow. This new leaf is due to the new fertilizer that I have, this tiny one. And these new growth right there, I'm going to focus it right there. Those are new leaves. These two, no, not two, like 4 baby leaves here in the middle. These are because of the new stuff that I put in. The older ones, the bigger ones right here, these are from just the supplements alone. From what I have noticed from just using just the supplements with zero fertilizer or a bonsai fertilizer, again, it will be down below. What I've noticed is that it was only spitting out like 1 leaf at a time. And as soon as I switched it to my new fertilizer now, it is just growing like a weed and I'm loving it. So I'm really kind of concerned that I have this bottle of bonsai fertilizer that I really still have that and I don't know what to use it with. So I don't know. I'll probably just, I really don't know. Maybe give it away. So there you have it. If you're having problems with your desert rose or if your desert rose is flourishing, I really hope you can share what you've done. I'm sharing what I've done where I think it's the fertilizer and all the supplements that I do use with it. I write everything down, and due to my head trauma right now, which gardening, especially indoor gardening, because it's all year round, it's helping me with that. But I don't want to mix anything up by saying something wrong. So every time I do have my vlogs, everything that I do use will be down below. I'm also going to try and put in how much I'm using, especially the last time I used them, just so you guys know what I'm doing. If I forgot to add anything else, let me know down below in the comment section. If you want to talk about bonsai or gardening or houseplants or fertilizer, anything in pertaining gardening, let me know down below. I love to hear from you guys all the time. I hope you enjoy my video. You're going to hit the like button if you haven't yet, the subscribe and the bell so you're notified every single time I do upload a new video. I'm going to now just zoom into the leaves. And as you can see, look at how many new growth that is. When I was using just the supplements and the bonsai fertilizer, this was nothing, no growth at all. As soon as they switched it, there it was. That's already deteriorated from months ago, and I never take it off. I always wait for all my plants, if they are yellowing or decaying, to let it just do it naturally for them, because this green part right here, that is still absorbing light. And when it absorbs light, it becomes photosynthesis, and it does still help my plant absorb all the nutrients that it can and digest the nutrients that comes from the soil, which would be water and any kind of other nutrients that you add, like fertilizer and supplements. So I always keep that till the dying breath, like it becomes completely rotted, that it falls. And that's when I put it in the bin. But before then, I do still let them do that. This one, as I've said, it was 0 leaves. They all fell by themselves. So that was completely different. This, I think, was a little stronger. I think this was more older plant, because if you could see the bottom right here, it's thicker than this one. It's just whiter. Do you see the difference right there? I think, the thicker it is, the older it is. Plus, it has three stems or bark separate. And to me, that just really makes the plant stronger too. And this was blooming when I bought this. This taller one was not at all. There were no buds, just a ton of leaves, and that's it. So I think that's probably why, because there really isn't anything else that was different that I used. I used the same soil. I used the same type of watering. I used the same fertilizer in the watering itself. And this tall one lost everything. These are all new leaves. So do check it out. If you are curious on what I've used to actually get this from the dead. And thank you guys so much for all the love and support. I appreciate that very much. Again, any questions, comments, advice, suggestions, anything, let me know down below. I love hearing from you guys all the time. Thank you guys, and I'll see you guys in the next update. Bye.